Hello, everybody. On behalf of our founder, Darshawn Kendrick, thank you for watching this video and welcome to Friends of Financial Freedom. I am delighted. I am so excited to be here tonight with David Burrell. He is the handsome husband of Shamika Burrell, and Shamika is the co-chair of our wonderful conference. We've been putting that date out there, so hopefully you've got that save the date in your calendar. And I am just so excited, David, to talk about all that you have going on. I don't know if the audience can read necessarily when we come into Zoom, if you can see the names, but he has logged in as the Great King. So David, I want to start with that. Tell me about why you put that on your Zoom.
Well, I was named after King David in the Bible. So my mom named me after, my mom named me after him, after my grandfather, and that's where he got his name. So
Excellent.
that's where I got my name from. And ever since I was little, everybody called me King David. So I mean, that just stuck with me my whole life. So
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, so for those of you that are watching, we're recording this on Wednesday, February the 8th. And there was another king that had an illustrious milestone last night, right, David?
oh yeah, look, LeBron James, yeah, that's out right there.
So,
That's
it is just the day of kings, I do believe.
yes it is. Yes it is.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. We, my husband and I went to the Holy Land, and that it's apparently not part of the regular tour. In fact, we had when we were on the tour bus, we had to like pull over on the shoulder of the road, but they took us to what they believed to be the site where David killed Goliath. And it was in this like dry riverbed, and we walked out there, and they had this tent set up, and there was some teaching about that, but I actually brought home several rocks from that day. And so it's what I believe that maybe a piece of a rock that David might have thrown one day. And so
Yeah.
I have it over here and I see it every day. So anyway, I digress. So David, you own your own I was saying trucking company, and I think it's trucking and dispatching, and it's entirely possible I don't understand the difference or the nuances. So can you talk to us about your business?
Yes, I do dispatching. Right, that's what I'm doing now, and I'm trying to start my own trucking companies to where it'll be dispatching and trucking. I will dispatch, and I will have the trucks to be able to move the loads as well for the shippers and stuff.
Okay. Okay. So right now you work for a dispatch company, or you own your own dispatch company?
I own dispatching company,
You
yes.
own the dispatching company. And so
Mhm.
basically, people who want to move freight or shipping from one place to another place, they give you that job. And then you, as the dispatcher, you put the call out to say, hey, those of you that already have your own truck, can you go
Mhm.
here and pick up the items and then go here and drop them off? Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I can do it that way, or if there's a company that needs um independent contractor and want to bring them on to get their loads out. Let's say they have a high demand for loads, or a high revenue of loads, and they want to just bring somebody in, a contractor dispatcher. I'll do that as well.
Okay. Okay. Now I remember seeing a post, and I remember asking Shamika, is that in dollars or in hours? And now I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember thinking, but it was based on truckers driving 7 days a week. Is that right?
Well, no, it's really up to it's up to them how they want to drive. I mean, some people drive 4 days a week, and some people drive 7 days a week.
Oh,
It's
wow.
all up to how the driver want to work.
Okay. Okay. So if I was a driver and you dispatched a job to me, I would get paid by the job, not by the hour.
Yes, yeah, you'll get paid by the load. Yeah.
Gotcha,
Hmm.
gotcha, gotcha. And so, long time ago, I knew this couple, and she had retired from higher education, and her husband was a trucker. Is trucker appropriate? Is that? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
okay? I just want to make sure that that's the nice way to say it. And her husband was a trucker, and so she went with him, and then eventually she got her CDL, and she said they were making bank
Hmm.
because the two of them could drive together.
Yeah,
And I think they had one of those trucks that had like a place to sleep. I think maybe one of them would sleep while the other one was driving, or
yeah. That's called a sleeper, and they was team driving. So yeah, yeah.
okay.
Long as those wheels turning, they making money.
Right. And so, how many, like of the folks that you dispatch to, how many are single drivers and how many are team drivers?
All of them are single drivers. The one I have now, so
Okay.
they drive about 10 hours a day, and then they shut down.
Okay. 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 Is there like federal regulations like pilots or other things where it's like no, you can't work, you can only drive X amount of hours a day or
Yeah, it's mostly 10. I mean, you can get up to 11, but most people do 10 hours.
okay.
They
Yeah.
don't. You don't really want to drive over 10 hours because your body get tired and shut down driving in that truck all day. So most people do 10 hours a day.
Right, 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 right. So, I'm not asking for numbers, but in terms of Friends of Financial Freedom, you are paid by the people that want you to move the load, or you're paid by the driver, or like the people who want you to move the load, they give you a lump sum and you keep some and then you give some to the driver. Like, how does that work?
Well, I get paid by what the driver moves. So let's say a shipper could call me and say, "Hey, I have this load and I want you to find a load for me." I mean, find somebody to deliver the load, but I will get paid once the driver delivers the load. So it varies from driver or shipper. As long as I
Gotcha.
as long as I can find somebody to take care of the load, I get paid
But do you get paid from the shipper or do you get paid from the driver?
from the driver.
Okay. Okay. So the shipper says, okay, thank you. I've got my stuff here. They pay the driver the full amount. And then it's up to the driver to then turn around and give you the fee
Well,
for
no, most people have factoring companies that way, so it won't go from the driver. I won't have to worry about waiting the driver to get for me to get paid.
okay.
They
That's
company and the factoring company pay me and then pay them.
gotcha. Okay. Cause I was like, whoa, that's a lot of trust there. And then
Exactly.
yeah. And then I mean, what is it like burn me once, shame on you, burn me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
And so, but then there's so many dispatchers that they could just be like, I'm just keep the whole money and just, you burned a bridge with David, but so that's
Mm.
good. That's good. Okay. So I love to put dreams out into the atmosphere. I have a faith tradition based on knowing that what you and Shamika do as far as your church goes, and then how you just said it about King David. I'm guessing you also have a faith tradition. So, however, whatever the wording you want to put it, but your
Mhm.
dream would be what? It's dispatching, trucking, the school. Talk to us about what it is that you want your dream to be. And maybe there's some folks watching who want to come alongside and say, yeah, David, let's make that happen.
Well, my dream is really I've been focusing on starting my own dump trucking company.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I really want to get into that, and right now I'm actually working for a CDL school.
Ah,
That's so I train drivers already anyway. So um, I want to be able to start me a dump truck in schools, and I want to do a second chance program with inmates.
oh,
So
wow.
for inmates who can't get regular jobs, I would train them to get their CDLs, and then they would work for me, and then I would teach them how to start their own trucking company.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Wow. That's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. There are people in the world who say, well, maybe I just shouldn't go there. I'm just going to say, I think it is absolutely beautiful. And I think that, that every single one of us is, as Dr. Martin Luther King would say, each of us has a little bit of bad in us. And those that have done, you know, some of the worst things, we're not, and this is Brian Stevenson, that each of us are not the culmination of the worst thing we've ever done. And that's, of course, assuming that all the inmates are there because they've actually done the thing that they're accused and found guilty of doing, which is often not the case. And so the fact that your heart is, that's the population that I want to come alongside, I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. So so you will own the dump trucks, and
Yes.
you will help them get the jobs. And then you would, you know, you would say, I need you to take this dump truck to this job and do this thing. And then also eventually you would like to have your own CDL school so that you're teaching them how to be both dump truck drivers as well as 18-wheel drivers.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. I see it, David. Do you see it?
I do see it. Yes.
I see it. Yeah. That's great. That's absolutely wonderful. Well, for those of you that have attended our safe outings, and those are planned by Teresa Hardy, then you will often see Shamika and David. And I am delighted. I actually have gotten to spend some time with David at those, and then at one of Shamika's events, and then at the conference. But David, tonight, this has been just a great conversation. And so what is your like your best piece of advice that you'd like to leave with Friends of Financial Freedom, and or so you can have both if you want to, or what is a question that I didn't ask you that you wish I would have that you want to tell our audience about?
I don't have any questions, but
Okay.
a piece of advice I would say to not to give up on your dream, you know, because I know times get hard, and you know things happen in life, but you don't want to never look back and be like, oh, I failed this or I didn't do this, when you could keep pushing and keep pushing, and eventually you'll get to there and get to see your dream manifest in the natural. So I would just keep going and don't never give up on your dreams.
Beautiful. I mean, how could I end it any better than that? That's outstanding. That is outstanding. Again, David, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your expertise and your brilliance with Friends of Financial Freedom. And for those of you that are watching, if you haven't yet done your video and you'd like to reach out, I always have my contact information in the group, and I'd be delighted to do this interview with you as well. So, David, have a great night. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate y'all.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.